Welcome to another episode of You Both Suck. It's your boy, Kunal Aurora.
And I'm Dara Pollock.
Thank you for joining us. Also, if you've been tuning in, to those who have been leaving reviews, ratings, all those things, much appreciated. To those who have not, this is your time to do so.
Yes.
We see those numbers climbing up, and that is in part to those who care.
Yeah.
And if you want to show you care, all you got to do is leave a review, hit that rating button on Spotify,
and sharing is caring. So
Exactly.
sharing clips to your stories if you like them, if something resonates, tagging a friend in a post that we've done that you like and you want them to see. I mean, I shouldn't have to tell you how to use social media. I think you know how at this point, but I'm going to repeat it.
And if you think that, my little
Yeah.
share doesn't matter, it makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
All right, because somebody's looking at you and they're like, well, I trust this person. That's why I follow them.
Exactly.
Right? Then they'll be like, all right, well, let me see what they're talking about. And then they tune in. And then now you guys have something to discuss.
Yep.
And then maybe you and your estranged mother can get back along. You know what I mean? You never know. Do you want these things to happen or not? Do you want your kids to have a grandmother in their life? Or do you want them to be isolated and left alone?
I don't know where that went.
This is not a personal attack. This is not a thing from my side either. All right, I'm just saying. All right, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, it doesn't sound mentally ill at all.
Yeah, no, not even. So anyway.
But we listen to our.
Yeah. So actually, that was what I was gonna say. Is we have been actually taking into account things that you guys tell us and things that you ask about. So if you DM us and there's a question about something that we've talked about, or you have an opinion of something that we talked about, we had one not too long ago actually where somebody full on disagreed with what we said in terms of our ruling of you both suck. I think it was the episode of the kid with the dishes.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Sure.
Somebody was like,
with Shane Torres.
Right. Yes, that one. Somebody was like, oh, I fully disagree, blah, blah. And I was like, whatever. Look, you're allowed to have your opinion. That's the whole point of this show. And we like to see what you guys think. So anyway, let us know. But one of the things that somebody asked for recently was they wanted to know more about my raving club days, I guess you could say. Because I posted this video the other day on our stories. Well, actually, Kunal wanted me to post it.
Absolutely.
Because I posted a screenshot of our conversation where you were, as usual, shitting on the theater. And I will not have that in my home.
I know. You defend theater with your every breath. I respect it.
Yeah. I mean, listen. So it's very special to me in a special place in my special places. And anyway, so I posted that. And then I sent you, I just texted it to you. It was a throwback video of when I went to House of Yes a few years ago with a friend of mine, and I'm raving with glow sticks, and you were
phenomenally well, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, Dara's rave skills, bonkers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's the long gangly arms.
It's the long gangly arms. You were in rare form. And I posted, I reposted and I said, she is beauty. she is grace. She is a trash panda.
Yeah, I saw that. That was great. And anyway, but so somebody was like, I need to know more about this.
Because you and I were both going to raves and and house parties and all sorts of stuff, or checking out house music at around the same time, but we weren't going together.
No. Right. But I also think this was, and we won't spend too much time on this because I think this is kind of a city thing, especially New York. It's pretty specific, and I don't want to lose people with that, but I do think that culture, the people who were a part of the 90s, early 2000s club culture, there's just nothing like that. No. And it's something we can't replicate or have again.
It's in pockets across the United States and the world.
Yes.
I heard Detroit has an insane house scene.
I'm sure.
New York City, I'm sure the West Coast, all that kind of stuff. Places in Europe, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I just was thinking of a Fetty LeGrand song in my head.
See what I mean?
Put your hands up for Detroit.
Yeah.
I love this city.
I'm already I just want you to play some hot beats right now, and I just want to sit there and nod.
Yeah, and I'm gonna probably cut that. Anyway. But so people were asking about that, and I was just thinking yes, it's a culture that only a certain amount of people, I guess, were a part of. It was fun. It was amazing. The music kind of just brought everybody together, and I think it was a special thing. I loved that time of my life. But the one thing I can never understand, looking back on it now, is how I did a lot of these things 20 degrees out, and I would wait in line to get into a club without a coat.
Right.
How did we do that?
Like you'd be, and this is the thing with men, we at least have pants.
Yes.
Women would be in the most shortest skirts.
Yeah.
Tops,
straps, just like a loincloth.
Yeah.
And straps.
You would wear a dinner napkin and 2 laces.
Yeah.
And you'd be out
much.
there in the cold.
And we did it all the time.
Yeah, winter time, waiting online.
I wonder if kids now still do this.
You know what I've heard?
Yeah.
I've heard, I was talking to this girl, and she said that she went to a shoe store.
Okay.
And she was looking for heels. And she said, they don't sell heels that much these days.
They don't sell heels that much
Yeah,
anymore.
because women aren't going to wear them.
Right. Well, we've learned now that, heels fucking suck. I mean, I love the way they look, and I would never want to wear flats to a wedding or something.
Sure.
But at the same time, if you're tall enough and you can get away with that, like I have a lot of tall Amazon friends, and they can get away with it, and they look great. But
I've seen
could
women,
not
the
do
only
that.
women I see in heels these days are a certain age. I don't see women that are like 25 and younger wearing heels.
I mean, they do, but they're more comfy than the ones that we grew up with in our era. Like a lot of them are like thicker heels. It's like whatever. But I mean, also thankfully now also the fashion has come back around to the 90s a little bit, where it's a lot of chunky platforms.
Right.
And those are so much more comfortable.
Yeah, like a
anything.
boot heel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like my Steve Maddens, those like chunky ass things that all the girls wore in the 90s, those were the best for clubbing.
Oh, of course.
You could dance forever in those things.
Yeah.
So,
you could kick open a bathroom door.
Yes. Done that before.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so I was just like, what else can I really share from that time? But
I mean, I don't think that I would ever be out in the cold again with like a jacket with just like a thin jacket. And the other thing I won't do is if the party starts too late.
Yes. Oh
yeah.
my
If like the
God.
DJ comes on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was the other thing. My friend, right after I posted that, I was like, you can't ignore the synchronicities of the universe. Because right after I posted that rave video thing, my friend texted me a screenshot of us checking in on Foursquare 12 or 13 years ago to see Skrillex at Pasha.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this night. And can I just tell you, it was like one of the worst nights of our lives because we got there at like, I don't know, 8:30. I think it said doors opened at 8. We got there at like 8:39.
Sure.
He didn't come on until 2 a.m.
That
Isn't insane.
I mean, when I saw Madonna, show was supposed to start at 8:30. She didn't get on until 10:45.
That's crazy, though.
Listen, 2 hours and 15 minutes, fine.
Sure.
I get it. But still, how old are you?
So we were in our late 20s. I would say
Okay.
27, 28. And we stayed, though. And I'm just
Till
like...
2 a.m.
Bro, it was nuts. We were just standing there. Like, at first we were like, okay, he's got some opener DJs. No big deal. Whatever. Then we start pounding Red Bulls, thinking like, we can do this. And we're just zombie dancing. Like, we looked like extras in Thriller. We were just like this. He came on at 2 a.m. We stayed for 3 songs and left. And I was just like, how did we even stay that long?
Was Ellie Goulding, they were dating for a while. Did she come on? You know, when that song Lights?
Oh, right. No. If she did, we had left by that
You'd
time.
already,
It was crazy.
8:30 showtime, 2 a.m. arrival.
2 a.m.
That is
2 a.m.
bonkers.
And that's what I'm saying, though, is that's a big difference from then to now. I would never stay past 10. If he didn't come out at 10, I would have left now.
I have like such a weird story about Skrillex.
Go on.
So I lived with a rapper and a comedian. It was like 3 of us in a 3-bedroom. It was super small. The place was like the size of a jail cell.
Sounds like a sitcom.
Yeah, and oddly enough, the rapper was the funniest. So he would leave his apartment. He would like rent out his room.
Okay.
And he'd sublet it out. And he subletted it to a French photographer. And this guy would get hammered every night. And he would just tell us about the people he took photos of. And he was like, I took photos of Skrillex. And I was like, oh, yeah? What's he like? He's like, he is a monster.
Oh, my God. This French accent.
He would constantly be yelling about, and sometimes I'd goad him into it. I'd come home and I'd see him just drunk eating a whole chicken. And I'm like, hey, Pierre. I swear to God, his name was Pierre. I go, Pierre, what did you think about Skrillex? He's like, that monster. He is so ugly. You cannot take photos of him.
I mean, yeah, he is a monster to come
2
out
a.m.?
at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's monster status. Sorry.
I want to know if anyone else can beat that. Or
Yeah. If you have a good story about that, please let us know, because I don't think that's toppable.
No, I don't think so. I mean, 8:30, 2 a.m. I mean, what are we talking? 5.5 hours. It's 5.5 hours.
That's crazy.
Bonkers.
Insane.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
So, okay. That was just something I felt was necessary to bring up. And then I stumbled upon this the other day as I was cleaning up my apartment.
Right.
And
this is crazy.
Okay, so for those who are listening and can't see,
Yeah.
I bought the Cheetos duster that was what is that? Oh, okay. No, it's just dust. I got really scared.
Dust on the
It's a
duster?
Yeah, I got scared. I thought it was a spider and I would have chucked this across the room with fury.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got this Cheetos duster a couple years ago, I think now. It was like a collector's item.
Right.
And I was like, I have to have this.
Sure.
And I won't take it out of the box.
No, of course
This is
not.
my investment plan.
Yeah, this is
my retirement
This
plan.
is so sad. I can just
Anyway.
imagine you just going like, to my child, I bequeath.
Exactly. And then it did come with this little, I don't even know if
That bag is expired.
Definitely.
There's no in.
Yeah, January 31, 2023.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's good and gone.
We should eat them.
No. That's the thing is like, but I do want to say
Yeah.
they probably taste
They probably
fine.
taste fine.
Yeah, which is
That's
disgusting.
the crazy thing. Well, so the conversation though, it was funny that I found that and this came up because the other day at my friend's birthday dinner, we were talking about our Cheetos chips. And that was the
Ooh. Yeah.
hot takes, wild debates for today.
So explain to me the background on this. What's the onus of like our Cheetos chips? Why would they not be?
I have reasons for why they are not chips.
Okay. All right. Well, let's break out the stopwatch.
Yeah, we can break out the stopwatch, but I
Yeah.
will just say, when they brought this up to me, I felt the exact same way as you. I was like, they're fucking chips. Of course they are. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know that they're chips.
The minute you start arguing, I'm turning the stopwatch on.
No,
So-
I mean, yeah, you can, hang on, let me get myself together.
Yeah.
Serenity now. But yeah, I think I'm
You
ready
to do this?
Yeah.
Hot takes, wild debates, are Cheetos chips.
Yeah.
Dara, argument, ready, set, and I will show you when you've got 10 seconds
actually,
left.
don't do that.
Don't do that?
That threw me off way bad
All right.
last time.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
the rules.
I saw that and I went,
you know what? I do prefer 10 seconds left. Show me the watch.
you do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So,
You're a comedian.
of course, I need to know the light. You know? So do you want me to just cut you off when you're at
Just
60?
when I'll hear the beep.
Okay.
I'll hear the beep
Look
and
at
I'll
this.
know.
Look at this bad bitch right here.
I
She
mean,
out here.
I don't have that much to say. I
Sure.
feel like whatever. You'll see.
You're right. All right. I'm ready. All right. Ready?
Ready? Yeah.
Set.
Okay. Cheetos are not chips because, one, if somebody invites you to, let's say, a Super Bowl party and they say bring chips and you show up with Cheetos, they will think you're a moron. That's number one. Chips also, to me, are potato chips, tortilla chips, maybe a corn chip if you're feeling sassy. But I think chips and dip, the phrase exists for a reason. Whereas a Cheeto, you don't use it for dip. It can be enjoyed completely on its own. And that is why I think Cheetos are a snack and not a chip. That's
All right.
it. That's really it.
Plenty
That's-
of time to spare.
I know. I
mean,
just-
listen, the argument's strong.
Yeah.
So I can't, you know what I mean?
It's a strong argument,
All right.
but I mean, you know, I. All right.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
All right, I'm going to say right now, Cheetos are chips, okay? You're not going to sit here and deny Cheetos' entryway into this magical, exclusive kingdom that somehow chips have now owned because they are flat or dippable or tortilla or anything of that sort. The thing is, you define chips as a snack that is baked and or fried. It does not mean it has to come with dip. All right. It doesn't mean like just because a person is in their 40s that they have to be married. All right. They can be alone. And Cheetos, you can dip them in plenty of things if you wanna. Dip them in ranch, dip them in blue cheese, dip them in my butt. I don't care. They are a chip that can be solo or enjoyed with whatever it comes with. We got to stop with this denying entryway of things. Things are allowed to be part of it. Cheetos are chips, nothing else.
All right. 3 seconds left to spare.
Thank you.
I think your argument stinks.
That's fine.
No, I'm kidding.
I think you stink.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. No, well, I'm curious to see what the people are going to think about this because, like I said, I think it can go both ways. The main argument that my friends had was that Cheetos can be found in the chip aisle.
Yes.
But my argument was so is salsa and so is dip. That doesn't mean it's a fucking chip.
I get it.
You
I
know?
understand where you're coming from.
And also,
I understand where you're coming from.
Just so you know, chips are technically categorically defined as a thin sliced either potato or corn chip.
To me, I thought it was like something chipped off something greater.
Nope.
You know, because there's like a giant
Makes
Cheeto
sense.
existing somewhere.
Yo, that sounds amazing.
Right?
Like an iceberg made out of Cheetos.
Oh,
like a giant Cheeto
and
iceberg.
you just come in with like a screwdriver. You don't even get a chisel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would eat that.
I'd eat that in a heartbeat.
I'd go to a wedding if there was a giant Cheeto that you would just take pieces
Yes.
off. Absolutely.
Why does this not exist?
I don't know. We're just throwing out genius ideas,
And no one's hearing us.
and no one's hearing
Just
it.
yelling them into the
I would
ethers.
love if there was a caveman style club.
Yes.
But it's a giant Cheeto. You know what I mean? Like the back of the day, the cavemen would use
Yeah.
those clubs. I want that, but a Cheeto.
I get it.
I would eat
yeah.
that. You know how they made like the big Kit Kat?
Yeah.
Or they've done that. If they made extra large Cheetos, that would be kind of dope to eat.
But I do think the smallness of it is what's nice. It's very poppable.
It is
very
poppable
snackable.
as chips.
But I see what you're saying.
But I do think that if I had one the size of like my forearm
Yeah, yeah.
and I was eating it like,
Just like eating it like a
corn.
corn.
Yeah, I would love Would you judge?
No,
Yeah.
I would support
You probably
that.
ask for a bite.
Yeah, I'd support that.
All right.
Anyway, all right. So shall we get into our squabble of the day?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. 1 second. Now, this is another one that we found from Reddit. Also, wait, can I just tell the people that someone sent us one hilarious? It was, but I didn't think it was debatable because it was so long and ridiculous. It was like, how do I get my boyfriend to stop talking like Towley from South Park?
I'm going to tell you right now, if you cheated on him, that might solve that problem real fast.
Oh, literally, look, it's right here.
Yeah. How do I ask my boyfriend to stop impersonating the towel from South Park?
She didn't even say Towley.
Yeah, she didn't even say towel.
You know what that tells me?
Yeah.
She doesn't respect it.
No, she doesn't. Not at all.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in a pickle.
Howdy-ho.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that tangent, but anyway. So this is from Reddit. Does not have a title because whatever, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the asshole for asking my friend to eat before we go shopping or tell me if she wants to eat?
Yes. No, that's not. I'm saying yes in agreement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I, 32 female, have a good friend, 31 female. We spend a lot of our hanging out time window shopping, walking around shops, and trying stuff on. We get along really well, but she's a very slow eater and drinker to the point that last week she bought a sandwich and a coffee. It took her an hour to eat it. She also won't walk and eat or drink, but has to be sitting down, which is fair enough. This, however, does mean that if we meet up and I've already eaten, I just have to sit there and watch her eat and drink for an hour. We do spend that time chatting, but it's still a little dull for me. After last week, I know.
It's so ridiculous. I like
know.
it.
After last week, I asked her if she'd mind either eating before we meet up or telling me earlier in the day if she's going to get something to eat so I can make sure I haven't eaten either. She got a little upset and thinks it's not a big deal to sit and wait while she eats, as she's not always going to know if she'll be eating before or after we meet up. I don't know. For info, this is not an eating disorder. This is just the way she eats.
I'm going to tell you right now. First of all, can I lead off?
You can, but
Let's jump off the top. First, I understand she doesn't want to eat and drink while walking. You damn right. You should understand.
Yeah, I
that's
don't like
absurd.
doing that
I'm going to
either.
tell you right now, I don't like to walk and smoke cigarettes when I would smoke cigarettes.
Same as
Yeah.
former smokers
Yes.
here. I used to, I think, when I first started, but it became much more of a I want to be standing in place.
I want to stand in place.
Yeah.
So you can't ask somebody to eat a sandwich and walk.
Yeah, first
That's
of all,
crazy.
The only thing that maybe this could also be another good debate for a future episode, but maybe pizza is the only thing, or like a donut, maybe something that's handheld.
Is a sandwich is a handheld too.
But sandwiches, stuff can fall out.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a messy thing.
You
to
think
eat
pizza,
along.
nothing can fall out?
Pizza, I still think is a little bit easier to eat as a walking.
I'm a no
whatever.
walking eating person.
I'm with you.
I
I'm
don't
with
think,
you.
I think absolutely not.
I
You're not
agree.
that important.
I agree with
Nobody's that important.
Agree.
Surgeons sit down to eat. For Christ's sake, let's get our heads on straight.
Yes.
Okay? So that's good. Right off the
Yeah.
top, we can do that and say that you should never ask anybody to do that.
I agree. But what I wanted to kick it off with was, if this is your biggest problem in life, that you're writing into Am I the Asshole for this, I want your life. That
I'm going to be
this is
honest.
the biggest problem you
I can
have.
understand that, but there's something, this sticks in my body.
Of course it does.
I'm affected by this on a level that I can't even begin to explain to you. As somebody, me and my girlfriend having gotten into this fight, and I don't care, I'm going to air this shit out. So I'm going to say what I got to say.
Okay.
All right. When we go out to eat, she will take long
You've told me this
to
before.
drink
Or
her
you mentioned
alcohol.
it.
Yeah, her alcoholic beverage. I don't drink in America. Okay.
Right.
So when we're out to dinner and she's taking a little bit of time to sip her beverage, I lose my mind. And I think, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm in the right here. I don't care. You want to sip your alcoholic beverage? I'm out. I'm not going to sit here and
Okay.
watch you do this. I don't want to sit here and watch you eat.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Is this perchance, and now welcome to your therapy session.
Sure.
Is this perchance something about you not being able to also drink? It's not that you're not able because you choose to do this. It's not
Yes.
like you're an alcoholic.
Sure.
But, or even if you were, whatever.
Right.
Is there an inner jealousy that you wish you could also be sipping a beer or sipping a old fashioned?
This is wasting my time.
You think so?
It's
That's really
absolutely wasting my time.
Okay.
I don't like to just sit there. When
I agree with you.
if the server comes over and
Yep.
says, "Hey, do you want dessert?" and I go, "No," then just immediately throw me the check. If you don't
Yeah.
even have dessert, slip the check under the entree. I don't care.
Some people like hate being rushed though. So I get what you're saying.
I want to be rushed. I want to be disrespected so badly when I'm being out of a restaurant. I want you to act as if the line is out the door.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. So I get where this person's coming from.
No. I get where the person is coming from too. And
Mm-hmm.
I do think that it's annoying if it's something you have to deal with every single time that
Sure.
you're hanging out with this person.
Yeah.
And I also sympathize with your stance. My family, we grew up in the way that you're talking about, which is like eat and get the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
we don't waste time.
Yeah.
We are
Yeah.
just the eat and run type of people. Not run, but like we don't dilly dally.
Eating and dilly-dallying is
Yeah.
for the rich.
I think that that's true.
That is. It's
I
for
really
the
do.
upper echelon where
Yes.
people make it an entire thing.
Absolutely.
For the poor, for the destitute,
Yes.
for the villagers, it's eat and run before trouble approaches you. It's eat what you can eat before someone else takes your meal.
Yeah.
All right? When you grow up low, middle,
Mm-hmm.
or lower in that world, you eat like a scavenger.
Yeah, you gotta get back to work.
You eat as if zombies might be nearby, and
yeah.
you don't want them to hear you.
It's okay. So it is kind of true. I hate to
Yes.
admit. I think there is some truth to that. I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule, as there is
course.
with everything. But I have always sort of dated up a little, if you will.
Yeah.
Not a ton.
Because I know why. You want to claw your way. You want
wanna get out.
You want to get out of this poverty-ridden hellhole.
I wanted to get
that
out
you
so
raised-
bad. I
Yeah.
got hit by a car. I
Yeah,
wanted to get
but I'm
out
gonna tell
so
you right now, you never getting out.
Shut up.
That's your problem.
Shut up.
Because you want it so bad, you're chasing it.
No.
And when you chase something, you don't catch it.
I'm kidding. I
Okay.
actually don't think that that's true at all.
Sure.
For the most part,
I do. Yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Sure.
You believe that.
I
That's
do.
fine.
Yeah.
And I'll let you believe that if it makes you sleep better at night.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, I've always dated guys that were like a little bit more well off than my family.
course.
I've never dated anybody seriously rich. I always wanted to.
Yeah.
Just to see what it would be like.
Right.
But anyway, the like slightly more upper middle, I guess, or upper maybe. Always dinners and stuff, man, they sit around that table for a long ass time.
It is a board meeting.
It's literally and I'm not saying it's not enjoyable. It's nice.
Sure.
But I never understood it as somebody who grew up as just like you eat. Once you're done, you get up from the table, you clean your plate. That's it. And you help clean up. That's it. I don't understand it. But
Indian
in this-
people,
yeah.
we have most of our food is stews and
Right.
stew based, and it's saucy, and you get at it like a bowl of soup. You eat it, you dip, you don't have time to sit here
See,
and
I-
wait for everyone to be served. That's not how that works.
I
okay?
would think that actually Indian food is one of those things you could sit and eat forever because there's so many little, I could dip my naan into this.
Well, no,
I
when
could,
the naan is coming out, like
Yeah.
in an Indian household, the rotis are coming out fresh.
Hmm.
Okay, we're not putting them in a container for everyone else to eat their rotis together.
I see.
No. These are coming at your plate. Eat them while you get them and be out.
Yeah, okay.
That's
fair.
what it is.
Well, but yeah, so anyway, so back to this. I get like where you're coming from, where she's coming from, but in my mind, I'm also just like, why not then pick like events or things to do together that involve you going to lunch first?
Why not do that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's a pretty easy solution in my mind to this. Just pick things where you're gonna have lunch before, after, or dinner before, after.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if they're going shopping,
Yeah.
This is the thing. The friend was like, I don't know when I'm going to eat. It's like, who are you?
Well, I do sort of agree with that to a
Yeah.
degree. If you're going in the middle of the day in between two meals, then yeah, you may not know if you're going to be hungry. That's why I'm saying the solution.
1 hour to eat a sandwich and coffee?
Well, yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's insane.
That's an insane
How
thing.
small
Yeah.
is your mouth?
I think,
What is wrong with your gullet?
It's the people who just like to take a bite and then put it down and take a sip. I mean, I don't have friends like this, but
Yeah.
I've seen friends of friends like this.
I want friends eating as if I'm going to put my hand in their food.
Yeah.
That's the kind of friends. Some of my close friends, we eat
Yeah.
truly like wolves. Yeah.
I think that's also guys though too. Girls
Yeah.
tend to eat slower, I think,
I
just
know.
as a general rule.
I know.
So I think there's that.
Yeah, no, I think that the solution here is your friend needs to eat these meals alone.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like I said, if
You
you're
shouldn't
also
subject.
eating, then it's less annoying because you're also eating.
But if let's say, for example, we sit down to eat together, right? And you're this person who takes an hour for a sandwich and a coffee.
Right.
And I finish my sandwich in 20 minutes. You want me to sit there for 40?
No, it's weird. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's weird that she doesn't feel a little weird about that.
What, the friend who does it?
The friend who doesn't.
Yeah, of course not.
I would
because
feel a
this
little
is-
strange.
Yeah, this is the norm for her.
Yeah, it's
When
true,
you
I guess.
eat, I've met people who told me that, like, oh yeah, my dad takes like a really long time to eat. I
Yeah.
go, I can't. I'm out then.
Right,
I
right.
pick up my plate. I leave.
Yeah, well-
you sit there.
Now, here's the thing, because I was thinking about it from the food influencer side of
Sure.
this. Because I even have a joke when I was dabbling in stand-up that it takes me 45 minutes to eat a sandwich because I spend the first 20 photographing it.
Okay.
Which obviously is an
Funny.
exaggeration.
Yeah.
But like, point being is that it does take me a little bit longer to eat than most people because I do take photos of my food.
That's the one thing I've always wondered about food influencers when they're dating somebody.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, imagine, like, if I'm about to eat something, I'm starving,
Mm-hmm.
I'm ravenous, and then I see you prepping the camera. I go, yo, you've got to be dating someone who's got the, patience of a saint.
Well,
It's crazy.
So yes and no, because I think that there is a lot of perks that come with somebody who's a food influencer.
Let's say it's just a meal you're not getting perked off
Oh,
on.
no. That first of all, I haven't brought my real camera out to an actual meal in years.
Right.
Like I use my phone and I'll take a couple quick snaps if something looks really good.
Yeah.
Or if the table composition with the plates
In
looks
your
nice.
defense, you are fast with it, though.
I'm very fast.
Yeah, I will. I've
that's
gone to
why.
events with Dara, and it's like, where people have to take pictures of the food, and you don't slouch.
No, I don't.
And your speed is very quick, so it's like, if anyone, like, the perks with Dara is like, if you're gonna eat it like places where she can get like deals or whatever the hell's happening. I don't know what she's doing. Like she's holding a knife to the owner's wife.
Yes.
Like I don't know what
That's
you're doing.
obviously it.
Right. But like it's still a good perk because you're quick with the photos.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like the perk of the free food or the free meal outweighs the like
Yes.
waiting time to eat.
Right.
And like I said, I do try to be as fast as possible because I would always joke when we first, we as the collective food influencers, when we all started doing this way back when, my joke was that we eat good, but we eat cold because by the time we actually get to the food, it's
Right.
cold,
Right.
know? So now I'm just very fast with it because I know it's super annoying to other people.
Yeah,
Which is why I'm
absolutely.
saying I could not imagine
Right.
sitting there eating something while the other person is doing nothing but staring at me while I eat. I would just feel weird, but she
hour.
doesn't. So,
An hour for a sandwich and a coffee.
No, it's crazy.
Whoever eats like that, it's insane. I mean,
agree.
the alcohol, drinking your alcoholic beverage and like sipping on that after, that's a little more excusable. I get it. Nobody should have to chug their
Yeah.
alcoholic beverage. And I know that that's like sort of on me. But then at this point in me and my girl's relationship, she knows this. So she's like a little quicker with it.
Yeah.
Or that'll be the first thing she orders is her beverage. And then kind of like she'll pace it out a little bit better.
Right.
You got to be considerate towards the other person you're with. Like if you're
Yeah.
eating a sandwich that long, that's insanity.
Yeah.
Like show up. You know what you got to do then? Eat half the sandwich, box the rest.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point too, because it's like my other argument was going to be like, well, you got to accept people for who they are, but also they need to be considerate of the people that they're with. I
Yeah.
think that's an important way to put it too. And it makes sense. Like,
Is there any
Yeah.
food etiquette stuff that you've ever experienced where you're like, this is absurd?
from somebody else.
Somebody else, or like, stuff yourself that you do?
I do weird shit.
What do
when
you do?
I eat. But the thing is,
You creep. What do you do?
I thought I've told you this before.
No, what's up?
Oh no.
No. Come on. Let the people know.
It's weird, okay?
Who
But it
gives
doesn't
a-
affect anybody else. So
Yeah.
I just think it's one of those things that when people notice it,
Yeah.
they start to notice it and then they just
I
like
dated a girl who would eat popcorn very oddly. She would
go on.
like just she would eat small parts of it off, then eat
That's
the
because the husks get shoved up in your
all right,
gums.
all right.
I'm with her on
Okay,
this.
listen, I'm not saying it was weird to me, but I didn't judge it too much. I didn't
Okay,
care.
so my weird thing that I do with my meals is I don't know why also. It's actually something I don't even do consciously anymore, which is probably the bigger problem. I eat everything in equal quadrants.
Wait.
Like meaning, okay, so let's say I have a protein and 2 vegetables
Okay.
and a piece of bread.
Okay.
Everything is going to be eaten so that by the time I get to the end of my meal, I have a chunk of each one sitting on the plate.
That's why I have a buddy who will eat, like if it's burgers and fries, he'll eat all the fries, then the burger.
No, see, that is crazy to
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
No.
That's the opposite end.
That's the opposite
You're
of
the
that.
opposite end.
And so
That
two of
is-
my ex-boyfriends were that guy where they
Yeah.
would eat one thing and then move on to the next. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
I like
no.
the variety.
Right.
I like to keep it interesting, keep my taste buds guessing.
Is that crazy to equally eat things per quadrant till you reach the end?
I think it's a little crazy.
I
and
think
my dad
it's-
does it. I found out where I only found this out 2 years ago. My dad does it. I think that's where I get it from.
Right.
But I had no idea he did this too.
I don't think it's so bad. I kind of want to know what other people think, but I don't think
I
it's
would love
too
to
bad.
know. It's weird.
It is odd to
Yeah.
be like, mentally you're like parsing out the food in that way.
And that's what I'm saying though is that I don't even think about it.
But
It
I
just
like
happens.
a little bit of everything.
That's what I mean.
You know what I'm saying? I like towards the end. You know what I'm always thinking about when I'm eating? What's the last bite I'm going to have?
That's why I do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's strategic.
Yes,
So I
right.
could have a little of everything if I want, and or if I really like that piece, I'll eat the others first, and
Right.
then that'll be the last bite.
Yeah, I wonder. That's an interesting thing.
It's crazy, but
Huh.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm
it's
thinking
weird,
about
but
weird, like when it comes to.
I have another one if you want one.
I mean, my problem is like I'll go what I put in my mouth, like the food that I put together is like always like wildly unnecessary. Like I overdo it when it comes to sandwiches.
What do you mean?
Like for example, like I will scoop out a hero or a roll.
Okay.
Only because I want to put more stuff in it.
I understand that.
You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm like for me it's I want to hit all the notes.
Yeah, you want to.
Like I told you on another episode, I'll have like a cinnamon raisin bagel with turkey bacon, cream cheese, and eggs.
Disgusting.
Right. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like for me, I like to hit all the notes within the sandwich. Like,
Understood.
so like I'll have like a sandwich with a cocoa bread.
Okay.
I mean, I'll have cocoa bread dug out with a Jamaican beef patty, pepperoni, cheese, bacon, and then crushed twisted barbecued twists.
That's crazy. That
Yeah.
sounds like something you would put together when you were high.
Yeah, I know. I've done it like stone sober.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
No,
So I
that's
have
weird.
like for me, it's like I like to hit all the savory notes
Okay.
if I can.
Wow,
And maybe
interesting.
sweet too if I can.
I see.
What
Okay.
else do you got?
Well, no, for sandwiches, I was gonna say my thing with sandwiches is my friends would call it the bread graveyard. If I have a sandwich that has like a piece of bread that has like nothing on it, no sauce, nothing's touching it, I just rip it off and I don't eat it. To me, it's just like I want everything to be even.
More people should do that.
I mean, I
More
think it
people
should be even.
I think, yeah, if
Save
you've
some
got
carbs.
something is like if you've got a sandwich and there's bread that hasn't been that's basically a virgin.
Unadorned bread.
Right.
Yeah.
Throw it out.
Exactly.
What are we doing here? If it hasn't made its way towards the sandwich in any it hasn't if
Yeah.
it chooses to not be part of the sandwich, get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Also,
Yeah.
one thing I have done in very like over the top egregious kind of scenarios is I will take the scraps and make croutons out of them.
Yeah.
Food waste. I
100%.
don't like to waste food if I can avoid it.
Absolutely.
But if it's just a few little pieces, I'll chuck it. But yeah, that's one of the other things I do that's weird, I guess.
I'm trying to think. I don't really have too many crazy food like
yeah,
related
like
things.
that's what I'm saying is like I
Yeah.
have friends who like they can't have their food touching.
Yeah, I
you
can
know,
understand that.
But see, I don't think that.
I mean, it's
yeah,
okay if it
that's-
happens.
Yeah.
But if it's like burger meat, like the juice, and
Mm-hmm.
it's sogging up the fries,
No, of
that I will
course.
stop.
That's different.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So we all have our things.
Right.
That's a good way to
Sure.
put this. I think we all have our things.
But your things don't impede on people's
exactly.
time.
Exactly.
Right.
Nor do yours. So
Yes.
that's where I think I understand where this person's coming from. I still think if this is your biggest problem, bravo. I'm
Yeah.
jealous, honestly. But to me, I don't know if we're at the point of judgment,
Sure.
but like, I think to me, the solution for this is easier than she's making it. I don't know. To me, I'm just like, plan things where you have to eat together.
Where you have to eat together.
Yeah.
Well, why would she want to do that if the person's taking an hour to eat?
Well, because if she's also eating, she said it's usually not as bad if she's also eating.
But then if it takes half as long to eat, the extra half an hour is hell.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I guess that's fair too.
I don't think it's that easy. I think this is a lot more complicated than you're giving it.
No, I don't think it's complicated.
I think the answer is you have to. You can't eat with this person.
Well, that's the
I had
other
a friend
thing.
who he has a tick.
Yeah.
Like a tick where he cracks it. He does that with his mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I can't go to the movies with this guy.
Well, yeah, but so then I was going to
Because
say.
we were in a movie theater and somebody at one point yelled out, "Who making that noise?" And I was like, "This guy better fight.
Yeah,
He better defend himself. I'm not going to help him."
That sounds like an actual problem.
Whatever.
You know
to
what I
me,
mean?
this is the same.
This is not
This
the
is
same.
absolutely an hour long
This is like
to eat a
Tourette's versus somebody who takes a while to eat a sandwich.
It's Tourette's of the sandwich.
No.
It's sandwich Tourette's.
It's not the same.
Whether we can disagree on
Okay.
that, I still think that eating with this person makes it worse.
Oh, see, I think to me, the way I read it was
Yeah.
that she felt like it was more tolerable to just do
Sure,
that.
tolerable is, you shouldn't.
Well, here's
I'm
the
gonna
other
say
thing.
one thing when it comes to friends.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let me sit back and get comfortable.
Get comfortable. Do not settle for tolerable friends, okay? Your friends should be supportive or they should be solution-based. Either one, but you shouldn't have to tolerate their behavior, all right? That's not how this works. If your friend does stuff that consistently irritates you and you're like, well, they're a good person, I'll just tolerate it. No tolerating.
I disagree with that a little bit.
No,
This is not a bad friend maker.
Yes, this is a bad.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I think this is.
This person takes a little long to eat. I don't think that makes you a bad friend.
Tara, an
No.
hour for a sandwich and a coffee?
First of all, you don't think that person is exaggerating? Number one, even if
Sure.
it was an hour,
Okay.
that does not make you a bad friend. That makes you a little weird.
It makes you inconsiderate.
If she was also late all the time, doesn't show up for the friend, we don't know any of those details.
Sure, we don't. I'm
Sorry.
saying this right there is a deal breaker for me.
That's crazy.
I have friends.
And that's why you don't have any.
I don't. Yeah, listen. My friend circle is small,
No, I
and
know.
it's a small circle because of those things.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
I don't think that this is a friendship deal breaker. No way.
Yeah. Okay. No. Listen.
I don't.
If you've got the patience for those
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
bless your soul.
I just think
You know
that,
what?
yeah. 'Cause,
Hang with
no.
your halo. Come my halo.
I
my
will.
Yeah, you do that, but I'll say this right now. For me,
Yeah.
you slow eating your sandwich around me, get your life together.
Yeah, no.
I'm done. I ain't doing it. I'm walking away. I'm going browsing. Text me when you're done
Well,
grazing.
that's what I was just going to say, though. See, this is my point.
Right.
Just also then
Walk away.
walk away.
That I can get with.
I do that to my mother.
That I can get with.
My mom, when she goes into the places like Century 21, where there's like a lot of stuff
Yeah.
on a rack, and she has to go through every rack.
Bless her heart.
Exactly, but I
Yeah.
hate it.
That's
so I
fine.
tell her, I'm going to go do this, you do that, and we'll meet up at this time at this place.
Now that is a solution I can get behind.
That's what I'm saying.
Sitting-
This is not a friendship ender. That's
Well,
what I'm
this is the thing.
saying.
If the friend finds it rude that you're going to get up and walk away, then I think now we're back to
Then-
square one.
A little bit, yes, but I also think, that's a conversation they would have to have. It sounded like they had the conversation.
And the friend was upset that she thought that it was too much of a big deal.
Right, but she also didn't offer, it sounds like, any solutions. So
That's
I think
true.
this is the solution, if she was going to offer one, is that you say, all right, well, I put in as much time as I can possibly withstand.
Yeah.
If you're going to take, you don't say this, obviously, but it's like if in your head, you're like, she's going to take another 25 minutes, I'm going to get up and just say I have to go to the bathroom, and then I want to check out this thing at this store over there. That's all you say.
Yeah, I would tell the person, listen, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done eating.
Yeah.
You're not done eating. I'm just going to peruse around.
Exactly.
I'll walk around. That to me is the solution.
That's
but if
what I'm
if
saying.
your person wants you to sit there and be like, I don't see what the big deal is, we've got problems.
Then you've got a bigger problem
Yeah.
because then they're being selfish and stubborn and not willing to compromise.
And what kind of sicko want somebody to watch you eat?
And that too. It's like this isn't a mukbang situation. Like it's no. So yes, in that case, then the friend is probably somebody you would have to cut loose. But otherwise, I think this is an easy fix.
Yeah, I mean, I like how pragmatic you are about this. To me, I'm ready to go to war.
Yeah, no,
I will not sit there and watch somebody eat.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
To me, it's gross.
I mean, yeah, so...
Should we get into judgment?
The judgment, yeah. I think that... Why don't you go?
Okay.
And we'll just start from there. Because you're probably going to say everything that I want to say anyway.
Right. Okay. I think that this isn't... Can this be a friendship breaker? Yes. Anything can. We did give some solutions that I think work in a lot of ways, which are great. Mm-hmm. Do I think the person that wrote in sucks? No. I think the friend sucks for being like, well, this is not that big of a deal. Yeah. It is. All right? Nobody wants to watch you eat. Nobody should have to watch you eat. Eating, to me, even if you keep your mouth closed during the entire thing, and you're not even one of those loud chewers, which we didn't even get into.
Oh, God.
Because I am one of those loud chewers. It's disgusting to watch me eat. But the point that I'm trying to say here is I think the person that wrote in does not suck. The friend who takes an hour to eat a sandwich and a coffee does suck.
Yes, agree.
Agree?
I think the exact same thing. So agree. The friend who takes an hour sucks.
Yeah. Final judgment.
Yay, we did it.
I don't think it's been a while since I banged that gavel.
Yeah, it's usually me. I don't know why.
And I mean, I liked it. It was nice. I don't mind it.
Yeah, it was a fun journey for you, right?
It does.
It does.
It does be like that, though.
It do be like that.
And you know what
sometimes.
it also be like? You submitting your squabbles.
Yeah, that'd be
Dara,
nice.
tell them the ways.
Okay, I will tell you the ways.
Let me count the ways.
I'm sorry to everyone. I haven't eaten in a while, and my brain is actually shutting down. But you can go to our Instagram at You Both Suck Podcast. We have a link in our bio that has all of the ways you can submit, but the Google form seems to be the most popular. I think I mentioned this on our last episode, but I'm not positive, so I'm going to mention it again. Think of this like the Reddit thread, Am I the Asshole? Because some people will read the example. Did I talk to you about this? Or I made a story about it. I don't know if you saw it. People will read the example squabble that we have on the submission form, and then they'll respond to the example.
That's crazy.
I know,
Yeah,
but
listen. This isn't rocket science.
Right. It's
you know
just
what I mean?
like that's an example of how it should be because it's a fight between two people.
Right.
Anyway, so that's where the form is. There's also the voice note option.
We will not be playing the voice note on air.
Correct. We will be transcribing it. And that's honestly, I think about it. I'm at Dara Pollock.
I'm at All Day KCA. And if you want to follow our Instagram,
At You Both Suck Podcast.
all right, cool. We'll check you back next week.
Okay, bye.